1,000 years, that's all. 1,000 years separate us from another human species. Not ancestral, contemporary. In 2004, a cave in Indonesia revealed bones 1 meter tall, skulls the size of a grapefruit. Scientists called them Homo Floresiensis. The locals already had a name for them, Ebu Gogo, hairy creatures that stole crops and whispered an incomprehensible language. For centuries, anthropology dismissed these stories as superstition. Today, fossils confirm the exact anatomy the legends described. 1 meter, long arms, sudden disappearance. The elders of Flores never forgot. Science took millennia to believe them. The cave of Liangbua contained remains of at least 9 individuals. Sophisticated stone tools appeared alongside bones of dwarf stegodon, an elephant miniaturized by the same evolutionary pressures that reduced its hunters. Island dwarfism operates like a relentless algorithm. Limited resources select for smaller bodies, more efficient metabolisms. In Madagascar, hippos the size of pigs. In Sicily, elephants 4 feet tall. In Flores, a human species compressed to occupy the space of a 3-year-old child. The brain volume of Homo floresiensis was around 400 cubic centimeters, less than a third of the sapiens average, yet the recovered tools demonstrate planning, technique, knowledge transmission. The small brain manufactured instruments that the large brain took decades to understand. In August 2024, excavations at Mata Menga revealed jaws and teeth 700,000 years old. Miniaturization was already complete. This means that for more than 500,000 years, a parallel humanity inhabited a tropical island without sustained contact with the rest of the genus Homo. They developed culture, they hunted, they probably had language. The Naj people of central Flores preserve specific accounts. The Ebu Gogo walked clumsily, but ran with disconcerting speed. They murmured among themselves in a language humans could not replicate. They appeared in small groups at the edge of crops. They took tubers, fruits, occasionally something more. The descriptions mention hair covering the entire body, long fingers, a remarkable resistance to terrains the villagers avoided. Oral tradition places their disappearance several generations before the present. The method: humans cornering them in a cave, fire closing the exit. Unsettling temporal coincidence. The most recent fossils from Liangbua date to approximately 50,000 years ago, a period coinciding with the documented expansion of Homo sapiens into Southeast Asia. Where sapiens arrived, other human species stopped appearing in the record. The Neanderthals in Europe, the Denisovans in Central Asia. The pattern repeats with minor variations. 800 miles north, Calao Cave in the Philippines contained another anomaly. In 2019, bones from at least 3 individuals were classified as Homo luzonensis, small teeth with primitive morphology, curved phalanges adapted for climbing, dating between 50,000 and 67,000 years. Southeast Asia functioned as an archipelago of divergent humanities, each island a separate evolutionary laboratory. This reconfigures a basic assumption. The solitude of Homo sapiens as the only living human species is not 200,000 years old. It is at most 15,000. During 95% of our species' existence, other humanities occupied adjacent territories, sometimes overlapping. Global folklore records entities of reduced stature with consistent characteristics. They inhabit caves or dense forests, possess inferior technology but superior territorial knowledge. disappear with the expansion of dominant human populations. In Ireland, the Tuatha De Danann. In Scandinavia, the Huldu folk. In Japan, the Koropokuru of the Ainu tradition. The paleo memory hypothesis proposes oral transmission of real encounters degraded by millennia of retelling, not a verifiable explanation, an observable pattern that does not admit automatic dismissal. The archaeological record confirms coexistence in Indonesia. The legends of Flores describe with forensic precision an anatomy discovered in 2004. The Nage people had no access to nature publications. The epistemological problem emerges with uncomfortable clarity. The category folklore functioned for centuries as a container for disposable information. Old people's stories, superstitions of peoples without writing. The cave of Liang Bua suggests a correction. Some containers labeled as myths store data that science does not yet have tools to recover. Homo floresiensis hunted stegodon, manufactured tools, probably controlled fire. It survived in a hostile ecosystem for longer than Homo sapiens has existed outside Africa. Extinction came when another humanity reached its shores. There was no prolonged coexistence. There is no record of cultural or genetic exchange, only disappearance. The elders of Flores end their stories with fire. Science does not yet have a better answer. The fossils remain in museum storage. The legends remain in the memory of populations who learned not to contradict the academy. The archaeological record closes a chapter each time an excavation confirms what orality preserved without institutional credit. Homo sapiens names, classifies, publishes, occasionally discovers that the named already had a name, the classified already had a category, the published already circulated in formats that Western methodology does not recognize as valid. The little people existed. Science confirms it with 50 years of delay and technical language. Those who always knew receive no correction and no apology. Knowledge simply shifts from one column to another in tables they never consulted.